Hi, are you Fernando?
Hi.
Hi, my name is Vince.
Hi, Vince.
It's good to meet you.
Thanks.
What are you working on today?
I have this paper for English 1110, and so I only have like a page,
Mm-hmm.
and I need to have more in there.
For
I
sure.
don't know,
Is this an outline?
no, it's
Okay.
It's just that's what I could write. I don't.
Yeah.
I
What?
don't really know what to do with that.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you started, which is like key. That's the beginning. Could I see the assignment sheet?
Sure.
Cool. What are your chief concerns with this? What do you feel like you're really trying to address?
Well, it's too short.
It's too short. Okay. I guess so one of the things is we are focused on length. Like you want this to be long enough. You want to get a good grade. But one of the things is we sort of need to think, who are you writing to, and what point are you trying to make? Could you try and think of someone else that you would be like excited about this person or this group of people reading it?
I guess Latinos in
Latinos.
general.
Latinos like in the United States.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Now, you don't have to have this perfect. This doesn't have to be like clean cut and seamless right now. But you should be able to say to me in about one sentence what you want to prove with this paper. It's like, I'm writing to Latinos and this is what I want them to know. What is that?
That people are just, in general, like openly racist against Latinos, and that's okay. It's validated.
It's validated.
By the government.
Totally. Do you have that written in this paper at all?
Yeah, I think I do.
Could you look for it?
It's here. Individuals of the Hispanic Latino ethnic group are under attack, and it's crucial to become aware of the situation in order to find real solutions to the real problems we face today.
I guess you have an option. You could write a paper that's more of an explanation of why the government and how the government is supporting this and why it's wrong. Or you could write this, which feels a little bit more, you even use the word solutions. You could write a solutions paper if you wanted. Which one do you think you feel more comfortable doing?
I don't really know what the solutions are. I think I understand the problem.
Okay.
So I think it'd be better to say like why the situation is this way,
Uh-huh.
and then so that we can talk about the solutions rather than
Like start the conversation
Right.
to get it
Yeah.
going. We sort of need, I would say, minimum 3, maybe 2, but we should probably try and get 3 really solid supporting facts about how this is true. So you're saying there is a problem and it's racism and the government is validating it. Yeah?
yeah.
We need to believe you. You need to provide us with evidence and main points. So how is this happening?
I chose 3 things that show you that there are how the government's involved.
Mm-hmm.
One is the Arizona law that allowed police to stop people for being Latino.
Where is that
And
written?
ask them right here.
Okay, could you put a number 1 by it? That's great. So we have this right here. And what you said to me is very similar, though slightly different from what you have written here. What I remember you saying is that Latinos face prejudice and that this is basically totally supported by the government, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you have here is individuals in the Latino ethnic group are under attack, and it's crucial to become aware of this situation in order to find real solutions to the real problems we face today. What do you feel like the main idea is behind these problems?
Racism.
Racism against.
Latinos, yeah.
And is it validated?
Yeah,
By who?
by the U.S. government.
Okay. Could you write that down? I don't see that written anywhere on here,
Okay.
so I would write that in. That's huge. Yeah, because when you're arguing a position with a paper, you really want it to be, we're supposed to care, right? Like, this is supposed to be somewhat controversial, right?
Yeah.
There's a mission to it.
Yeah, I think it's
You know?
I think it's controversial.
English only movement. I'm not saying that this isn't racist
Mm-hmm.
or that it's not problematic, but is the government supporting this?
Well, they're lobbying for measures that make it hard for people that speak Spanish.
Who's they?
The people of this movement, English only.
Okay.
So they're basically like a lobby group,
Mm-hmm.
and they have influence.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. I think this is definitely a number 3 then.
Okay.
This is totally your third point. The thing is that you have to prove that they're having influence in government. You have to prove that this sort of like English only, English overall sort of thinking is shaping policy in the United States because your thesis, right?
So there I have that the resistance to Hispanic immigration is regardless of if it's legal or illegal, because they're afraid of Hispanics. It doesn't matter what specific means they use to arrive to this country.
Do you have evidence for that?
Well, I guess not.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Oh,
I don't think you're wrong. But in a paper, an argumentative paper, a persuasive paper, in an academic context, you need to be like, this is more than about illegal immigration. This is actually about racism. And you've built a lot of stuff here, you know, with like just being able to profile people, stuff like that. But we really, if you're going to build a paragraph out of this sentence, you might have to do a little bit more research.
okay.
These are really, really strong because if we look back at this sort of thesis statement that we're working with, you said that this sort of racism is validated by the U.S. government. Right here, yeah, Arizona law, SB 1070 at the state level, government. National level, the DREAM Act is opposed. Government is supporting racist policies. Totally right. That's a really strong thesis statement.
Thanks.
But yeah, I can see you're building to this.
Okay.
You're building to this point. But when you make this point, make sure you've got data
Okay.
to back it up for real. But yeah, that's so crucial. I think you kind of strike me as like a bit of like a free write kind of guy. Like you already came to me with such good thoughts that what I feel like we actually did is we just sort of like disciplined and ordered your thoughts. You were already supporting your main idea,
Okay.
right? And so we kind of did stuff here, but
Okay.
I really want to like after you do these free writes, just challenge yourself to look at where you're already supporting your main idea in these really cool ways.
Okay.
Not everything's totally developed, not everything's totally perfect. It doesn't have to be right now.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I have a problem with that because I'm a perfectionist, so I don't like to turn things in that are not good.
that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Okay.
What do you feel like? I feel like we kind of did like a pretty cool thing where we sort of like we got our thesis, we got our 1, 2, 3, 4, even some sort of conclusion type stuff. Wouldn't make sense to talk a whole lot about the conclusion right now because you haven't written your paper
Right,
yet.
yeah.
We still have to build it. What are your remaining concerns? Are there any roadblocks like for your next step?
Well, I guess I don't know. If I had to do a little bit more research, and I guess now I know where to go from here, and then I'll have to come back and see what I wrote is if it's fine.
For sure.
And then I think the works cited, I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
But I can't do it now because I don't have all the sources. So
Right.
yeah,
What do you think your next step is?
just do research.
Yeah, that's how these papers are.
Yeah, I'll just Google all this stuff.
Reading and reading and reading.
Yeah.
Do you feel fairly passionate about the subject?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that's why I decided to write about it because it's something that has to do with me and that I've experienced. So
Totally. Yeah, you can't fake it. You can't fake a passion. And if you have to write a paper, it should be something you care about.
I agree.
Cool.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot for coming. I would love to see, in a few days or whatever when you have more.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe tomorrow I'll come back.
Okay, great.
Okay, cool.
See you then.